Hello everybody. I just want to start by thanking everybody who tuned in for my last video. You guys actually got me to 101 views and 10 hours of watch time. And I just want to say thank you, because I mean, it's incredible to think that people have listened to me speak over a game for 10 hours in total. Now, there is one small thing I would like to address quickly. As I said previously, 101 of you watched that video. However, I only have 27 subscribers. So, how about you help a brother out and drop a like and subscribe, maybe leave a comment. And with all that out of the way, let me welcome you to part 2 of my Terraria with No Armour playthrough. Alright, then let's get things started. After the Eye of Cthulhu fight last episode, I decided I need to go back underground to get some more loot and explore it a bit more. Especially because there is an ice biome over there that I did want to get checked out. And while I was down there, I found a trident. I doubt I'll use it much because I don't plan on playing melee, but at least I have one now for crowd control. I also got some money, an Eye of Cthulhu spawner, and a gravity potion, which I would definitely be consuming later. Eventually, I ended up making it to the ice biome, but I accidentally fell and died to fall damage. And that's like my 3rd fall damage death so far. I assume I'm not really proving myself to be the pro I made myself out to be, but moving on. I went back into the cave and tried again, but ended up dying the exact same way. Great. And so, as any determined person would, I went back for a 3rd time, because 3rd time's the charm, you know? Never mind. Apparently, there is no charm, because at this point, I was getting upset, and you don't want to see me when I'm angry. After that, I decided I'd use my gravity potion so that I could search for Sky Islands, and somehow I only found one, but fortunately, it had a lucky horseshoe in it, and to be honest, it felt like the game was trying to hint at something by giving me this. Anyways, now that I have a horseshoe, I decided to head back to that cave, and I jumped down without a care in my mind, and found some flurry boots, finally giving me some movement. While I was down there, I also found a life crystal being guarded by slime, but I made quick work of it and got my crystal, putting me on 160 HP. While I was down there, I decided I'd look for some rubies to fight King Slime later, and fortunately, I found 4 of them nearby. Then I continued my mining expeditions with nothing noteworthy, but if you really want to watch all of that, then here you go. In 5 times speed, obviously. Okay, now that we're back at base, I want to start preparing to fight bosses this episode. So we're going to head over to the desert biome and get some sand so that we can make potions. Because if I'm going to beat this game with no armor, then I'm going to need potions. I want to fight King Slime first, as he's going to be the easiest to deal with, and he's going to be the easiest to make the spawner for. So I'm going to go to the corruption biome and make the spawner quickly, and then come back and fight it. But before that, I'm gonna plant some trees because deforestation is bad. And that's from a grade 8 geography student, everybody. So you'd better listen to me. Seeing as I'm now in the corruption biome, I decided I may as well make an arena for the Eater of Worlds. However, it seems I had forgotten that corruption enemies fiend the second they smell you, and I'm already being swarmed by Eater of Souls and whatever the worm is called. Now, after I build this arena, I do plan on going underground to make the spawner of Eater of Worlds and King Slime. However, I do think for this time, I'm going to spawn in the Eater of Worlds naturally,
and refrain from using the spawner until all of the shadow orbs have been destroyed. Eventually I did end up getting down there and spawning it in, but as you'll see in a moment, I got sealed away in my own hole and I couldn't get out. So I ended up dying and wasting those shadow orbs. Isn't that great? After that, I'd had enough of the corruption bomb, so I decided I'd hope. Apparently I speak too fast for my own mouth.
I decided I'd travel to the end of the world, and I ended up finding the dungeon. You guys see that transition? I know. Blaze me. While I was here, I thought, let me build an arena and try and fight Skeletron. Although I doubt I'd beat it. I'm sure you guys know the drill by now. So it's time for an arena building section. After building the arena, I popped all of my potions, and since all the campfires were replaced, I decided I'd just spawn in the boss this night. Once again, because we're on classic mode and I prepared adequately by getting frostburn arrows and, I had a gun. This boss was really no problem for me, and I dealt with him pretty easily, which shocks me because I can't even beat the Eater of Worlds. After completely speed blitzing that boss, I began having second doubts about this playthrough, and perhaps I should just quit and delete all my YouTube videos on it and do it on expert mode. Of course though, that would be a lot more effort than I would like, so I just chose to continue doing this. Perhaps one of these days I'll go back and do it on expert mode, because I don't seem to be dying to anything. Pardon me. I don't seem to be dying to any enemies, is what I should have said. Now that I've beaten Skeletron, I'm feeling pretty hyped with myself. So I'm gonna head over to the corruption and try fighting the Eater of Worlds one last time for this episode. However, this time, I decided I'm going to build bridges so that I don't get sealed away in one of my holes again. Now, some people might say I'm falling into insanity for spawning it in underground again after I've already died this way twice. However, I don't think it's insanity. Nah, far from it actually. I think it's determination. No! Oh my god, I can't. After that shocking defeat, I apparently hadn't had enough and I decided to go back to fight it again. But this time, I thought, let me just spawn it in manually, instead of wasting my time down there and just dying every single time. Because I'm not a mad person. I'm sane. I swear, I'm sane. Oh, and while I was down there, I also made a King Slime spawner. But now it's time to fight Eater of Worlds again. You see, when you're not underground, this boss isn't very difficult. It's really just a matter of bobbing and weaving and spamming frostburn arrows. Well, realistically I should be using Jester arrows here, but I'm kind of in star debt at the moment, so we're using our frostburn arrows from Skeletron.
And just as I began having a good time, I fell in a hole that I forgot to close up and it all ended. That's my favorite part of fighting bosses in the corruption. I knew I should have chose the Crimson World, but I will not let this defeat define me. I shall now battle the King Slime and prove to be victorious. Okay, let me stop role-playing and actually lock in. Well, I certainly didn't need such dramatic music for that. It was only King Slime. Although he nearly did kill me, which is pretty concerning, considering this is one of the easiest bosses in the game. But I think that's everything that needed to be done in this video, so thank you for watching. Next episode, I believe our goals will be to, well, defeat the Eater of Worlds for one. And then I guess we'll just go from there, since I don't have a clear goal in mind right now. I just want to defeat all the pre-hard mode bosses first. Maybe leave Deerclops till hard mode, because getting his spawn materials is just really annoying. But if I do happen to come across them, then I will, without a doubt, fight Deerclops. But for now, I think I'll leave it for hard mode. However, thank you for watching, and coming back to finish editing this video 2 months after the last video released. I'm currently on 35 subscribers now, and that video got 131 views, so once again, a really big thank you to all of you. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and see you later. Bye!